What if I told you that something your doctor confidently repeated for years, that damaged cartilage simply cannot grow back, might not be the whole story? And what if I told you that a brand new discovery made in 2025 is now making researchers genuinely wonder whether a single targeted injection could one day transform how we approach osteoarthritis forever? Would that change the way you think about your joint health? Because here at the Joint Health Channel, that is exactly what we are diving into today. And I want you to stay with me through every part of this video, because if you are living with knee pain, joint stiffness, or cartilage loss right now, what you are about to hear could genuinely reshape how you see your options and your future. And before we go any further, hit that subscribe button and drop a comment below telling me which joint gives you the most trouble, whether that is your knee, your hip, your shoulder, or somewhere else entirely, because I read those comments and your answers help shape the content we make for you. Now, to really appreciate why this new research is turning so many heads inside the medical community, you first have to understand what actually happens inside a joint when cartilage starts breaking down. And let us use the knee because most people relate to it immediately. Picture the smooth, white cushioning tissue that lines the ends of the bones inside your knee. Its entire job is to absorb load, reduce friction, and allow the joint to glide cleanly through every step you take. When a section of that tissue becomes damaged, whether through injury, years of mechanical stress, or the gradual biological changes that come with aging, you essentially end up with an exposed, vulnerable patch on the surface of the joint. And the problem does not stop there. Every time that joint moves under load, that damaged area experiences stress it was never designed to handle. And just like a small crack in a windshield that spreads outward if you ignore it, that cartilage defect has the potential to grow larger over time. But here is something that does not get enough attention in a typical doctor's office conversation. Cartilage breakdown is not purely a structural or mechanical event. When cartilage fragments begin to break free and float inside the joint space, they irritate the synovial tissue, which is the delicate lining that surrounds the joint and helps produce the fluid that keeps it lubricated. Once that lining becomes irritated, it activates an inflammatory response, and that response starts releasing chemical signals, including cytokines and other inflammatory mediators, that create a biological environment inside the joint that actively works against healing and repair. That is the reason why two people can have what looks like identical joint damage on a scan, and yet one of them manages their daily life with minimal disruption, while the other is barely able to walk without significant pain. The biological environment inside the joint, which is shaped by your age, your weight, your genetics, your diet, your metabolic health, and even your stress levels, plays a massive role in determining how aggressive that disease process becomes. And when that inflammatory cycle keeps running unchecked, what started as a small area of cartilage damage can escalate into widespread joint degeneration. And for some patients, particularly those who never get the right guidance early on, that trajectory eventually ends with a conversation about joint replacement surgery. Now, the good news, and there genuinely is good news here, is that today we already have a meaningful toolkit for slowing that process down, reducing pain, protecting the joint, and in many patients, dramatically improving daily function. And most of the time, that toolkit starts without surgery at all. The foundation of any good osteoarthritis management plan typically combines targeted physical rehabilitation, structured strengthening work, weight management where relevant, and in selected cases, joint injections designed to address specific aspects of the disease. On the medication side, anti-inflammatory drugs and corticosteroids are among the most commonly used tools, and in the right setting, they can deliver meaningful, short-term pain relief. But Dr. Lena and many evidence-focused clinicians are consistent on this point. These medications are not neutral, and using them casually or repeatedly without a broader strategy carries real risk. Frequent use of anti-inflammatories can affect the stomach lining, the kidneys, blood pressure, and cardiovascular health, and this matters especially for older patients who are already managing multiple health conditions. Corticosteroid injections directly into the joint can calm an acutely inflamed joint quickly, and some patients experience significant relief from a well-timed injection. But here is what Dr. Lena wants patients to understand clearly. The evidence suggests that repeated intra-articular steroid injections over time may actually be associated with progressive cartilage loss, which is the opposite of what most patients assume when they keep going back for that same shot every few months. It is a tool, not a solution, and the distinction matters enormously for your long-term joint health. Hyaluronic acid injections represent another option that some patients find helpful. The idea is that introducing this lubricating molecule into a joint where the natural fluid has deteriorated in quality may improve the mechanical environment and reduce symptoms. Some patients respond well, and Dr. Lena acknowledges it has a role in carefully selected cases. But the same trap applies here as with steroid injections. Patients who feel better after a single injection sometimes begin cycling through repeat injections indefinitely, while never actually addressing the underlying contributors to joint degeneration, things like muscle weakness around the joint, poor movement mechanics, excess body weight, and systemic inflammation driven by lifestyle factors. An injection that buys you a window of reduced pain is genuinely valuable if you use that window to make real changes. It becomes a problem if the injection itself becomes the entire plan. Platelet-rich plasma, or PRP, has also entered more mainstream orthopedic conversations in recent years, with some international consensus guidelines beginning to acknowledge its potential role in mild to moderate knee osteoarthritis specifically. The proposed mechanism involves concentrating growth factors from your own blood and delivering them into the joint to reduce inflammation and potentially support tissue health. Dr. Lena is clear that PRP is not a cartilage regeneration treatment in the way some marketing presents it, and results vary significantly between patients. But for the right candidate with realistic expectations, it is worth a thoughtful conversation with your care team. There are also more advanced cartilage restoration procedures available for selected younger patients with focal, isolated cartilage defects rather than diffuse end-stage arthritis, including scaffold-based techniques and matrix-assisted repair approaches that aim to restore a more functional cartilage surface in targeted areas. These can produce excellent outcomes in the right surgical candidate, but they require significant recovery time, financial investment, and careful patient selection, so they are not a universal answer. Now let us talk about the research that has genuinely energized the scientific community and caught the attention of clinicians and patients alike. A study published in late 2025 by a team at Stanford Medicine investigated the biological mechanisms behind cartilage aging and degeneration, conducting their research in mouse models. What they discovered was that a specific enzyme called 15-PGDH plays a key role in suppressing the regenerative potential of cartilage tissue. When the researchers blocked this enzyme, the aged and injured mouse joints showed measurable signs of cartilage regeneration, and the animals also demonstrated reduced pain behaviors associated with osteoarthritis. This is scientifically meaningful for a reason that goes beyond the specific molecule involved. For a long time, one of the most frustrating realities of osteoarthritis research has been that the field has produced many treatments that manage symptoms effectively, but very few that actually push the biology toward tissue repair. The suggestion that the body's own regenerative capacity might be unlockable through a targeted molecular intervention represents a genuine conceptual shift. It does not mean that human cartilage regeneration via a single injection is available at your nearest clinic today. It does not mean that severe osteoarthritis in humans can currently be reversed by blocking this enzyme. And it absolutely does not mean you should set aside every current evidence-based strategy and wait for a future cure to arrive. What it does mean, and this is what Dr. Lena finds so compelling about this research, is that the biology of cartilage repair may be far more responsive to intervention than the old scientific consensus suggested. We may be moving into an era where cartilage-targeted regenerative therapies become a realistic clinical option, one where the goal shifts from purely managing symptoms to actually influencing the tissue itself in a meaningful way. That is a future worth paying attention to. But while that future is still being built in research labs and clinical trials, your job right now is to do everything that already has solid evidence behind it. That means getting your body weight to a range that reduces mechanical load on your joints. It means eating in a way that supports metabolic health and dampens systemic inflammation rather than fueling it. It means moving consistently, because despite what many patients are told or assume, immobility is not protective for arthritic joints. In fact, leave a comment right now if your joint pain measurably worsened during a period when you stopped exercising, because that experience is almost universal among patients with osteoarthritis, and it illustrates exactly why strategic movement is one of the most powerful tools in this entire management equation. It means building strength in the muscles that support and stabilize your affected joints so that the cartilage you still have is protected from excessive and uneven mechanical stress. And it means working with a care team like Dr. Leanna, who approaches this disease with an honest, individualized, evidence-grounded strategy rather than a one-size prescription that ignores the full picture of who you are. Some patients benefit meaningfully from injections. Some need structured physiotherapy programs. Some are appropriate candidates for PRP. A smaller group may need surgical intervention. But across all of those categories, the patients who achieve the best long-term outcomes are overwhelmingly the ones who stop searching for a single magic solution and start committing to a comprehensive, sustained approach to joint health. That is what buys you time. That is what keeps pain manageable. That is what protects the joint tissue you still have today while researchers work toward the regenerative treatments that may define tomorrow. So, if you are ready to keep learning and want to understand the most evidence-based strategies for fighting back against osteoarthritis at every stage, subscribe to this channel right now, turn on notifications so you never miss an update, and watch the next video on your screen. Because the more clearly you understand what is actually happening inside your joints, the more powerfully you can respond to it.